Hello and welcome to The Elegant Life, a place where I empower you to live and manifest with feminine energy, confidence, and ease. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I get questions from all over on direct messages on Instagram, emails, sometimes comments here on YouTube, and I wanted to put them all together in this video because there are some really good questions and I know my answers will serve so many more of you. So let's dive into some of the top questions that I've been asked over the last few months, and here's my answer to their question. All right, question number one is, Erin, how do you let go of relationships that don't serve you? Great question. I have had experience of this with both friends that are not good for me or no longer serve me, as well as, romances, boyfriends, things like this that don't serve me. There's a few things going on here if you haven't been able to let go of a relationship that's not serving you. Number one is that potentially you do not feel worthy of a good relationship that does serve you. If you had the full feminine confidence within you that I only accept people that do serve me, then this person would be out of your life long ago. So there's a little bit of work on self-worthiness that perhaps needs to be done. Second thing you want to look at is perhaps you've kept them around a little bit longer than you would like to because they validate you in some way. There's always a reason why we keep doing things or we keep having people in our lives. And the reason is that they benefit us in some way. And if you've kept a relationship in your life, somehow they validate you. So this is another area you want to check in with yourself. Are you fearful that if you lose this connection that nobody else is going to love you? Be really, truly honest with yourself, because that could be the reason that you're really not letting this person go. So ask yourself, what is the purpose of this person being in my life still? Are they serving me? Do I think I'm not worthy? Do I fear that I'm not going to get anybody else after this? Take a deep look into that. And then you'll know the work you have to do to move past that. And the answer is always having true feminine confidence. All right, question number two. How do I slow down and start living more in flow? I feel so scattered. There's a big thing in feminine energy that when you're able to live in this flowing feminine energy, you have a trust that everything is always going to be okay. That everything that happens is always going to have a purpose or a reason. There's a learning, there's a deepening. And when you have that knowingness, then you can slow down. You know that if you slow down, your work is not going to suffer. You'll just get better at time management. You know that slow living is more fulfilling because every time that you do live more slowly, you feel more content and peaceful, and you gift yourself that because you know you're worthy. So here's the question that I ask you. Where did you learn that if you let go of controlling your life and you actually maybe slow down, what will happen? Like, what's your belief around that? If I let go of this, everything's gonna fall apart. Is that your belief? That if you let go of a little control, if you flow with things and just be carried, what is your belief around living slowly? Because if you truly believed that living slowly was safe and enjoyable and the way that felt best to you, you would already be doing it. Another question is, do you trust that the universe has your back? Do you trust the ease and flow of life? Ask yourself those questions and you'll have your answer. And again, best solution for this is doing this inner work and finally having feminine confidence. Next question says, how do you be in your feminine without being objectified by men? Ooh, great question. And I had this question for a long time. I did not feel safe being seen. Okay. And I thought that from my past experiences that If I did look what I thought was feminine, maybe more form-fitting clothes, showing off my figure or whatever, even showing off my shoulder, feeling good about myself. If I felt good about myself, then that was not safe. So I've been through this, so I know exactly how to move you through this. Here's something to think about and ask yourself. What meaning are you giving to male attention? Because male attention is just male attention, but it's the meaning that you're giving it. So if a lot of men stare at you when you walk in the room, does it mean to you that you're not safe? Does it mean to you that they only like you for your looks or your body, or they just want to maybe have sex with you? I mean, the gamut can go all over the place here. Or can it mean, wow, I must be letting off really positive, empowered feminine energy. Wow, love it. And that you trust yourself enough that the energy that you are putting out is this empowered energy. Okay? This is something that I remember I asked someone, how do you deal with this? How do you deal with this male attention? Because there's times when I get it and I don't feel comfortable with it, but how do I get comfortable? And she said that you have to get to a point where you trust yourself, that you have set boundaries, that you come into the room with, yes, I am feminine. Yes, I exude feminine energy, and nobody F's with me. It's not a her energy, but it's an empowered energy. It's a confident energy. I am who I am. I know who I am. I love who I am, and I set boundaries. And this is the energy that I accept. And if you cross my line, I will let you know with an empowered voice. Doesn't have to be angry, but I will put you in your place, okay? But you have to have that trust in yourself. So this is very key. How can you love a body that you actually want to change? I hear this question a lot, so I really wanted to answer this one. How am I supposed to love this body when I'm actually wanting to change it? Well, here's something that I always say. I love the word and. I love myself and my body. It allows me to get up, walk around, move, do things I enjoy, and I desire to look and feel even more like my authentic self. So I will choose to do this and this and this, okay? It's an and, it's not an or. It's not, I will love myself when I'm my most authentic self. No. Your body is running itself right now without you even trying or thinking of it. It is supporting you. So of course you love your body. And we are programmed, just like everything in nature, to constantly evolve and grow. There is nothing in this universe that does not continue to want to expand, to evolve, or grow. Nothing. So we are no different. It would be odd if you did not desire to grow into the fullness of who you are, to feel like the most authentic, aligned version of who you are. I cannot tell you the bliss and the joy that comes from looking in the mirror and saying, that's the epitome of who I was created to be. Here's a funny question. How do you unbecome the masculine? Okay, first off, you do not want to unbecome the masculine because everything in nature has both masculine and feminine energies. It's just that a woman who's in her fullest power, who is the most impactful, the most authentically expressed, she lives in 80% of her feminine and 20% of her masculine. So you don't want to unmasculinize yourself. You need some of it. But I do know what this person's asking. If you feel you're living too much in your masculine energy, which is too much logical, too much goal-oriented, too much strictness, too much trying to control things, too much structure, this is living too much in the masculine, okay? And it doesn't serve you. It doesn't allow you to feel totally fulfilled and happy and joyful in your life. So how do you move out of your masculine more into more of your feminine is a better way to say my answer to this. The best place to start for this is to go back and remember, what was the first incident that made you believe you had to be in your masculine? When did you feel you had to control things? When did you feel you had to be very structured? What happened in your life, or who told you, or when did you get praised that you were like that? That's a very key thing, because then you can have awareness and consciousness that it's not something that is innately who you are. It's something from the outside that was put onto you. And then the second step is activating, having your feminine energies activated within you, because they are inside of us. It's who we as females are. It is part of our divine programming. Yet there are certain stages in every little girl's life when they've been told by their parents, schools, teachers, community, religions, environment, that hustling is the best way to do it. Working hard is the best way. Controlling things, time management, strict regimes are the way to live. And that you only get praised when you achieve things. Those things are the moments that you got pulled out of your natural feminine essence. And so it's still in you. So what I do, for example, in the Elegant Art to Feminine Confidence lifestyle program is I take you through activations where you have a visceral, energetic re-experience of those energies. And you learn and you live from those energies. You know, we need to remind ourselves what they feel like, and then they can be a part of our life again. And you really start giving yourself permission to live in those energies, but they have to be activated within you. So that's my answer to that. And finally, the last question, how can I improve my self-concept? How do you see yourself? What's your concept of yourself? What's your self-image? The first step, as always, that I say is to look what triggered any negative concept that you have about yourself. That's always the place to go. There might be a variety of incidents, and it's good to journal on each one of those. When did your self-concept change? Did someone tell you something about yourself? I mean, when I was, 14 years old or 15 years old, I never knew that I had slightly bow legs. I didn't know it. And then all of a sudden, a former boyfriend of mine walked up in front of me and said, "Hey, Erin, howdy, cowboy." And when I looked at how he was walking, I was like, is that how I walk? And I was like, boom, my concept of myself was, oh, Erin, you're not attractive. Oh, Erin, you're not as beautiful as you feel inside. Oh, you're more masculine looking. And so that's where that trigger came from. Well, what other things came and triggered my self-concept? We can probably name about 5 to 10. And it is truly your responsibility, not anybody else's responsibility, but your responsibility to go in there, find those, and work on healing them. And it's telling yourself a totally different story, telling yourself the truth. Now, here's the thing. Where do you get the truth from? Because a lot of women say, but Erin, because I've been told this story for so long, or because I've replayed this for so long, I don't believe it when I tell myself the other story. Again, this is when you can be empowered with certain techniques and processes that I teach in the Elegant Art to Feminine Confidence. And I know I'm talking about that a lot here, but truly, ladies, the Elegant Art to Feminine Confidence is something that I created after years of me learning how to be confident, how to love and accept being a woman again, how to flow with life instead of controlling it and getting disappointed all the time, how to release the excess weight and finally look and feel like the authentic version. Like it's everything I've learned put into the most elegant lifestyle program ever. It's the gift that I give to you, and I invite you to give to yourself. I can offer it to you, but you have to receive it. And that is one very feminine strategy. Are you able to receive. It's a choice. So I will put the link to the Elegant Art to Feminine Confidence program below. Have a look and feel into it. Is it time to give yourself this biggest gift? Only you can answer that. Make it an elegant week. Thank you so much for all your beautiful questions. Keep them coming, and see you next time.